Hello everyone and a very warm welcome. As a consultant who spent years deep in the mechanics of luxury hotel operations, it's a real pleasure to be here with the students of Europe Hotel School. Today, we're going to dive into something absolutely critical, a partnership that's often invisible but completely defines a guest stay, the synergy between food and beverage and housekeeping. So let's jump right in.
You know, this one sentence, this is everything. It's the gold standard we're all chasing. When a guest walks into one of our properties, they shouldn't see the gears turning, right? They should just feel this flawless, almost effortless sense of luxury. But how do we actually pull that off? How is that magic made? Well, that's exactly what we're here to unpack.
All right, let's pull back the curtain a little bit. That seamless experience, it's not magic at all. It is the direct result of a super precise, incredibly important partnership between two absolute powerhouse departments, food and beverage and housekeeping. When they work in perfect harmony, the guest feels nothing but excellence. So, where does this collaboration really begin? Well, it starts where the guest's perception is constantly being formed, in the public spaces. Your dining rooms, your bars, your lounges. Think of these as the stages where your hotel's brand story is told every single day. And it's right here that the F&B and housekeeping teams have to be perfectly in sync.
This slide really breaks it down and gets to the heart of the partnership. Here's a good way to think about it. The F&B team is on the front line, handling all the immediate, in-the-moment cleanliness. You know, wiping tables, sweeping floors, keeping the restaurant looking great while it's busy. Then, housekeeping comes in for the deep dive. They handle the detailed clean that makes the whole space feel brand new for the next day, and a lot of this happens overnight. It's two totally different functions, but they're both aimed at one single purpose.
So what's at stake here? What happens if this system breaks down? Well, imagine this. Your restaurant team closes up for the night, and the place looks spotless, but maybe the deep clean gets missed. The very first guest who comes in for breakfast walks into a beautiful room, but the morning sun hits just right and reveals a thin layer of dust on all the high shelves, or smudges on the windows. In that 1 second, that feeling of luxury just evaporates. And that's not one department's fault. It's a failure of the entire system.
Okay, so how do we make sure that failure never happens? The answer is all about engineering the process itself, and we do that with shared standard operating procedures, or SOPs. Now, these are not just simple checklists. Think of them as the architectural blueprints for service excellence. They are what guarantee consistency and quality everywhere from the grand ballroom right down to a single guest room.
A really effective SOP lives in the details. It spells out exactly when certain cleaning tasks happen, always during downtime so you never disrupt the guest experience. It makes sure that the protocols for really critical spots like the public restrooms are written and agreed upon by both department heads. That's the key. These documents create a shared language, a shared rulebook, and a shared set of standards that everyone operates by.
Now, let's take this partnership to the next level of complexity. Because if cleaning public areas is like a coordinated dance, then room service is an intricate ballet. This is where the F&B team physically enters the guest's most private space, and where flawless coordination with housekeeping becomes absolutely essential. Let's just follow the journey of one room service tray. So, F&B takes the order, prepares it, delivers it perfectly. Great. But the second that tray is delivered, a clock starts ticking. A service level agreement, an SLA, kicks in, and it dictates exactly how quickly that used tray needs to be picked up. That's the handoff. Housekeeping then has to retrieve it from the corridor and then hand it back to F&B for the final breakdown and dishwashing. You see, every single step is a critical link in the chain.
And this really shows you that picking up a tray is so much more than just clearing a dish. A tray left sitting in a hallway for too long, it completely ruins the ambiance of a luxury floor. Plus, you're putting your expensive operating supplies and equipment, your OS&E, like silverware and china, at risk of getting lost or damaged. That's why this requires specific training. It's a really delicate interaction that has to be done quickly and quietly without ever making a guest feel like their privacy is being interrupted.
All right, let's zoom out for a second from all the operational details. What we've been talking about, from cleaning schedules to tray retrieval, isn't really just about tasks. It's about a fundamental management principle, strategic synergy. And for all of you, as the future leaders of this industry, understanding how to design and engineer this is, frankly, non-negotiable.
You know, true synergy never happens by accident. It has to be built, intentionally, on a foundation of formal commitments.
It means the executive housekeeper and the F&B director literally sign their names on the same documents. It means they commit to doing audits together, walking the floors to make sure the standards are being met. It's all about creating one unified team with one single shared goal.
And this, right here, is the ultimate goal. When you achieve real synergy, the guest doesn't see an F&B team or a housekeeping team. They just see the hotel. Those lines between departments, they just become invisible because everyone is working as one single team, completely focused on delivering that perfect, seamless experience.
Everything we've just walked through, this is the real world. This is the practical application of the management theories you're studying right now. Interdepartmental synergy isn't some abstract concept from a textbook. It is a core strategic requirement for running a modern hotel. Mastering this is what will separate you as a good manager from being a truly great leader who can orchestrate an entire guest experience.
So, I want to leave you with this question. This isn't just something to memorize for a test, it's a challenge to take with you for your entire career. As you step into those leadership roles, don't just manage your department. Think bigger. Design the synergy between them. Thank you.